In today's video, we're going to talk about critical thinking, reading, and writing as an entity of critical analysis. So what that means is critical analysis cannot occur without these three things. So if that sounds like what you want to hear, then definitely keep watching. Welcome back. So let me first apologize. I'm shooting this video at night after a very long day, and I didn't realize that that was actually a very bad idea. So apologies for whatever noise you hear or for this picture quality. Everything is just not going right, but I really think it's important to talk about these three things because we keep talking about critical analysis without actually talking about the entities that actually makes you to analyze a situation. So what I am going to do in this video, like is that I am going to talk about, you see, cars are passing. Okay, so I'm going to talk about critical thinking, critical reading, and then critical writing. And I'm going to try to give example of each one, but I'm not going to waste your time, in the simplest of ways that I can. And also in this video, you need to stick around because I have a free gift for you guys. So just watch along, or you can skip. Just check my timeline and skip to the part where I spoke about the freebie if you cannot wait. But then let's keep talking. So I'm going to start with critical thinking. Critical thinking is the first part. That's how I say it. You think, you read, you write. Or it could actually be the other way around, that you read, you think, then you write. But you never write first. Do you get? So, but let me start with critical thinking. Critical thinking, some people also call it evaluative thinking. It doesn't just apply to academic writing. That's what I want you to know. It's actually a skill that employers use in employing people sometimes. It's a life skill. It's a skill that helps you decide whether you should go for A or you should go for B. And the only way you can achieve critical thinking is by asking why. Like, why this, why that? That is a way to critically think about a particular situation. Let me take these few seconds to tell you that you should please like this video and subscribe to my channel. It would mean the world to me, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Let's go on. It has to be done in an objective manner. That means it's not about what you know. It's not about what you're thinking. It's about what research has said, is about the data that is out there. So I'm going to use a very simple example so that you understand that it's not just about research alone, although it applies to academic writing, but it's not just about academic writing in this scenario. If we're talking about critical thinking, let's say, for example, you want to buy a phone. So you want to decide between buying an Android phone or an iPhone. So your critical thinking will come into place. And that's when you think about, okay, why do I want to get an Android? Why do I want to get an iPhone? So when you're thinking of that why, you consider the cost now. Okay, which one is more expensive? You consider the picture quality. You consider the operating system. You consider so many other things. Like, what do you really want in a phone? You use that. Then when you now weigh the merits and the demerits, like when you weigh them against each other, okay, it's like this imaginary scale where one is tilting and the other is like going up. So whichever one now takes the lead or takes the win is almost always what you will go for. Do you get? So that is how critical analysis works. It just shows that when people tell you that, come on, use your common sense, what they are trying to say is just think about something, be critical about it, use your common sense. Where people actually say common sense is not common, so they don't actually mean common sense in the real sense of it. They mean critical thinking. So you think about a thing, you try to see the merit, the demerit, and if you look at critical analysis, is almost what it entails. But now, in critical analysis, what happens is you will have thought about the thing critically, you'll have read about it, you'll have thought about it critically before you even write. Critical reading. So now this part is the part where you read something, you read an article, you read a paper, you read a novel, you read anything, just you read a newspaper, and you're able to deduce from that newspaper something that was not actually written in, like, wasn't written in plain words. When people tell you to read between the lines, when they say read between the lines, that is what critical reading is. You read between the lines. You read beyond the words you're saying. You try to confirm whether what the person is saying is true or not. So let me use this example. Let's read between the lines here. Say I'm trying to think of something. Okay, let's say there is an office that claims to use equality, that claims that equality is their watchword, equality is their goal, equality is their whatever. And then in this office, you have maybe 45% female, 55% male. Fine, there's a 5% gap. But you would think, okay, it's not too bad. But then out of those employees, the percentage of women, the women are actually white women, and the men are mixed, like both white and black. And they put that there and they tell you that they're encouraging equality. So if I read that kind of article and I say, oh, yeah, they're encouraging equality, we have both black and white people, but then all the women are white and then the men are mixed. So what does that tell you about equality in terms of color, or in terms of the equality of black women? And trust me, race plays a card in everything. But what does that tell you about the equality of black women? When you say equal, so is equality really their watchword? Do you get? Now, that is me critically reading the whole situation. I'm reading beyond the fact that, okay, yes, 55% male. Of course, when you hear male, female, you won't want to be critical about it. And if you now look critically, like, okay, these women in question you're talking about, they are all white women. What happens to black women? Does that mean you don't employ black women in your company? Do you get? So that is a way to critically read a situation. Critical writing. So critical thinking and critical reading are entities of critical writing. So it's after you read and you think about it that you then put it down. Do you get? Like, you read something, you think about it, you evaluate, you do everything before you now write. So that writing part now is now the part where you can say, okay, you're introducing critical analysis, because you're bringing the three entities together to produce an objective message, an objective report. Do you get? That is what critical writing is. It means that you have thought about it, you read the article, and you have been able to draw a conclusion. Do you get? So that is where critical, but always remember that when I say critical, it doesn't mean something bad. It could be something good. It's both good and bad. You consider all possible scenarios. So make sure to check out my previous videos on critical analysis so that you can understand fully what I'm talking about. And also, talking about the freebie, I know you guys have been waiting. So for the freebie part of it, I'm actually quite tired. But I really want to make this video tonight so that what I want to say does not elude me. So for the freebie, let's get back to the freebie. For the freebie now, I have this critical analysis template that is available to you guys. At least it's a mini template, but if you're able to use the word, introduce the words, the phrases rather, in the template into your words, then you will be introducing some form of critical analysis into it. And guess what? The freebie is free. It's a freebie. It is free. So click on the link in the description box and download this freebie and use the phrases in your work. If you put those phrases in your work, choice of words, I've spoken about all this in my critical analysis, in some of the critical analysis video that I have made. So make sure to check out those videos, and then you would know how to use those phrases properly. So guys, this video in summary is talking about critical analysis, but not on its own. It's talking about the entities that makes up critical analysis, which is critical thinking, critical reading, and critical writing. You always have to be critical in life, and even when you're doing academic writing or any other thing. Actually, I think being critical comes into play in almost everything we're doing. Guys, I am going to bed. So I hope you have learned a thing or two from this video. If you need any clarification, if you need me to clear up anything, if you need me to talk about any topic, just make sure you leave it in the comment section. And I hope you have liked and subscribed to this channel. Guys, it would mean a lot to me if you do so. So make sure to like and subscribe, and I would really appreciate you. Until I see you again in my next video, make sure you put a smile on somebody's face. I'm going to bed. Bye.